second. Tell us
I am chiropractic.
Come in, please.
Hey guys, I'm Jason Ulsrud, and you're watching Rockstar Interviews. And today, as you can see, I have the awesome pleasure to connect with the rockstar in chiropractic, Reggie Gold.
Hi, thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
And I know you just got finished with an interview with Spinal Column Radio, so you're probably a little hoarse. You did a lot of talking.
Yep.
So we'll do our best here.
All right.
So I was talking with a good friend of mine, actually the host of Rock Radio, Dwayne Hoskins, before. We were walking around, and I posed a question. What do you think BJ and Dee Dee would think of chiropractic today? So I'm going to ask you that question. What do you think they would think of chiropractic today?
I think BJ would say, they're still at it, idiots. That's it.
Really? And why is that?
Because they're still fighting the same old battles in the same percentages. There's the percentage of straight chiropractors following BJ and Arno, and this is the same proportion, 80% or whatever it is, the numbers mixed chiropractors who believe that what they're practicing, which is what they're taught in chiropractic school, is chiropractic.
Right.
And neither one wants to let go of the name chiropractic. And as long as we have two sets of people with different ideas, calling themselves chiropractors, neither group willing to give up the name,
right,
you're going to have a battle within the profession.
So the issue isn't necessarily in the title chiropractic, or is it?
I think it is.
You think it is the title chiropractic
Exactly.
that we're fighting for?
Neither one is prepared to give it up. They say, well, let the straights give up the name chiropractic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why should we give it up?
Right.
So neither one wants to release the name chiropractic. I'm prepared to give it up.
So if we spent the last 100 years fighting the same battle, we got the same percentages.
Yeah.
It's all over this word of it's a word at this point, chiropractic.
Yeah.
What do we do? I mean, if we've spent this long, we're going to spend another 100 years doing the same thing.
Well, you're never going to change the other guys.
Right.
So the question is, are the straights willing to stop being called straight chiropractors and call themselves something else?
So it's just calling yourself something else, practicing real chiropractic the way it's supposed to be practiced.
Right.
That's the solution.
That's the solution that I see.
I agree. No, I agree.
Otherwise, we're always going to keep battling, being outnumbered, at least
Politically, too.
Yeah, politically too.
And financially.
So they're getting the laws passed in their favor, and chiropractic is being weakened week after week after week.
Well, it's almost like, to me, that the chiropractic today is it's a medical industry's way of keeping a thumb on us and making sure that we don't go anywhere.
Of course.
And as long as we want to play that game, we're never going to progress.
But they've even gone beyond that. They say, look, if you'll just practice within this limit and do what we say, who is a chiropractor, we'll tell you that.
Right. Who is and who
do
isn't.
it our way, yes.
Right.
Then you'll be all right. You're working within the law.
Okay.
But what they're doing is changing the law.
Right.
So the straight chiropractor is tempted to fit in. Say, well, I'll do what you want if you just let me call myself a chiropractor and get rid of these other straight guys, because they're really super straight, like these Reggie Gold followers.
Those crazies?
Yeah.
So let me play devil's advocate for you here.
Know.
So what's wrong with straight chiropractors staying in that paradigm and continuing to push for chiropractic?
In other words, what we want to do is get rid of all the chiropractic laws and practice straight chiropractic within the paradigm and lock in our horns and never budge.
Right.
They're never going to change the laws in our favor.
Correct.
So we're always going to be working the same battle.
We're just going to be beating our heads on the wall, continuously beating our heads on the wall. So where does then the chiropractic, quote-unquote, chiropractic philosophy, the 33 principles, all these things that we are, that makes us chiropractors, where does that fit in now?
The same way it always did.
Even if we call
Yeah.
ourselves something else, we just
Absolutely.
live by those principles and that philosophy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, nobody wants to take it away from us.
Right.
The mixers don't want the 33 principles.
They don't care anything about it.
No. So if we say they're our principles, that's how we take them.
Right. Okay. Now, do you know of any movement, anything that's going on that I guess would solve this issue of chiropractic and
Not
and what
really.
we're doing?
Now, you mentioned before Spinology.
Spinology, yes, and I've heard of that. I just don't know a lot about it.
Well, I started Spinology.
You did.
You're right.
Very good.
Because I was aware that the only straight chiropractic college in the world was in danger of going under.
And what college is that?
Sherman.
Sherman College.
Now, what happened is, recently, with their new president, they've quit straight chiropractic
Mm-hmm.
and have adopted the mixing methods.
Really?
Yeah,
And do you think that's as a consequence of the new president
yes.
and I guess submitting to the CCE and all the
Yeah, he says we're forced to do that because the CCE has passed chiropractic laws and we're all under chiropractic domination.
Uh-huh.
We have to follow those laws.
Okay.
And so the last straight chiropractic stronghold gave up.
Well, I get that, and I do understand that. What do you say though to the school that says we won't be accredited if we don't do this?
I won't say what's on my
Screw
mind. I don't use that kind of language on television.
Okay, I do, so that's okay.
You have to say that.
Yeah. You have to stand up.
You have to
Somebody
fight
has to
back,
stand
yeah.
up for this.
Even if it means stopping calling yourself a chiropractor, becoming a spinologist,
Mm-hmm.
look at the spinologist laws.
Right.
There are none.
Heaven.
Yeah. There's no domination by medicine, no objection by medicine.
Mm-hmm.
If the straight chiropractors were to become spinologists, all the mixing chiropractors who call themselves straight have nowhere to go.
Right.
Except closer to the medical
To
profession.
the dark side.
Yeah.
Right. Now, to be a spinologist, I mean, could I become a spinologist? And is there any, if
There
I
are
did,
laws.
there are laws? So how do I fit within those laws? I mean, how does that work?
Well, frankly, you have to get my permission.
I have to get your permission.
Yeah.
Okay.
I own the word.
Spinologist. Okay.
Now, if you want to call yourself an alpha bionics man,
Right.
then you need the other fellow's
What?
permission. I know, but whoever owns the word.
Okay. So.
See, BJ made one mistake after another.
Okay.
He did not ever copyright the word chiropractor.
Okay.
So any idiot can start a chiropractic college, call it a chiropractic college,
Right.
and under the auspices of the CCE, turn over his reins to that organization,
Right.
and they can then tell his college what to do.
Okay. Well, just out of curiosity, if I were to practice spinology, let's say you were
Yeah.
gracious enough to say, Jason, you can become a spinologist,
Mm-hmm.
and I started practicing that and not under the DC license anymore.
Right.
Do I run a risk of practicing quote unquote chiropractic without a license then? Not at all.
You're not practicing chiropractic.
I'm practicing spinology.
Right.
And there's no laws governing that.
Exactly.
Very good.
You can say, what are the rules of chiropractic? And you read the CCE rules,
Mhm.
when you're not practicing chiropractic.
I love that. I love that. That's awesome. That's a great way to, get around this problem that we're having.
What we have to do is enter a spinology college
Mm-hmm.
and graduate. There's nothing more for you to learn, except there's certain things you can't do.
Okay.
You can't practice in association with a medical doctor or with a chiropractor who treats disease,
Okay.
who claims to get sick people well. Spinologists don't make that claim.
Okay.
We claim that without nerve interference, your body will function better.
I love it.
All the things encompassed in the word function.
Mm-hmm.
You can ride a bicycle better, you can play basketball better,
Right.
you can have relations with your wife better, or your girlfriend.
Hey, sign me up already.
Whatever you can do You can do better if you're not subluxated.
Fantastic.
Subluxation interferes with every function of the human body.
Right.
Now, how long those schools would require you to stay?
Now, schools are in Spain and Ireland.
Right.
Okay.
A school in Spain and a subsidiary school in Ireland.
Okay.
They're in constant communication with each other. And they have the same rules. And the rules are that you may not practice a healing art
Okay.
under Spinology. If you have a practice of Spinology, you can't also practice a healing art, meaning chiropractic or anything
Nutrition, massage, or any of that?
Definitely not.
Okay.
That
No
means-
lasers.
So the only thing you may do is, under the name Spinology, is run your practice,
Okay.
correcting subluxations.
Very good.
That's all.
Now, how long is the program?
The program lasts 10 months.
10 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I said, it started taking 1 year, and then they began to trim it down as they got more expert in their teachings, and now it's down to 10 months.
Okay.
10 months of actual presence.
Gotcha.
Now, if you can demonstrate your technique immediately, then you can skip all the technique classes. Except if you skip it, your fingers lose the touch.
Right.
You'd be well advised to keep doing it at the same time.
Right.
In fact, if you do it in Ireland, you open a practice at the same time.
Very good.
There are no laws in Ireland saying you may not practice Spinology. There are no rules in the United States saying you may not practice Spinology. There are many Spinologists practicing in the United States.
I love it.
You don't have to register. You get a letter from the chiropractic board saying you're practicing chiropractic
Right.
without license. You tell the board to go screw itself.
I love it. I want to get on. I want to get on board with this. That's great. Now, before we started this interview, you had said something about the shirts and kind of some of the stuff. Tell me what you think about it and what you see going on with the shirts, the posters, and all the craziness that's happening in
What
chiropractic.
craziness is it? What's crazy?
Do you like it or do you not like
Of course I like it.
it? Okay.
It says chiropractic right there in front of God and everyone.
Right.
Yeah, of course I like it.
We just need to make one that says Spinologist. How about that?
Yeah.
Create a whole Spinology line of posters and shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Make Spinology cool.
Right.
And then we'll all want to become Spinologists. I already love it. I think it's a great concept that you have.
I'm not trying to raid chiropractic for a source of Spinologists.
I understand.
If I want to promote Spinology, I just put an ad in the newspaper, Spinology course,
Right.
starting this date, that date.
Right.
That's it.
But the reality of it is we want to get back to what the profession used to be or what DD, BJ meant
I
to
don't
do with the
think
profession.
there's never straight.
It was never straight.
Right.
Not
From
even from
day-
the origin.
Right. From the origin, what do you know about the origin of straight chiropractic? The origin of chiropractic?
Well, the first DD or adjustment with DD Lillard and he started the school, and then from my understanding with the first class there was even a divide in chiropractic as far as mixers
What
and
was the
straight.
purpose of the school?
To teach chiropractic. No?
What was chiropractic?
Well, at that time I thought it was the adjustment,
What was the first adjustment?
the one with Harvey Lillard.
Doing what?
What do you mean by that?
Why did Harvey need a chiropractor?
Well, he had lost his hearing,
Oh.
and so
So he went to a chiropractor to have his hearing restored.
you're saying just that alone
That
is
alone was
not
mixing.
straight chiropractic.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
Certainly sick people can go to a chiropractor, but not to get well.
Right.
You go to a chiropractor if you're adjusted.
So where from that point when chiropractic started with that first adjustment, where did it shift to where what you're talking about was straight chiropractic? Where did that shift happen? Do you know?
Probably in Davenport, Iowa, in
Were you-
1896. I was not around then.
Well, no.
But the idea was some chiropractor was desperate for money, so he did the thing that mixers do for money,
Okay.
practice medicine.
Right.
He treated backaches with some backache device.
Sure.
or
And so
with
it's all
nutrition.
about money, even from way back then.
Yeah, of
even
course.
today, it's all
Yeah.
about money.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
It was deviating from true chiropractic to getting sick people well.
And this is not about that.
Right.
This is
Yeah. We created slogans like "the power that made the body heals the body." Bullshit.
okay.
The power that made the body can correct its own mistakes, or man's mistakes, or correct the damage. That's all it can do.
Okay. It doesn't heal the body.
The body heals itself.
Right.
The body's a self-healing, self-regulating mechanism.
And as a chiropractor or a spinologist, one that just does the adjustment,
Right?
we are, what, a catalyst to allow that to happen?
Exactly.
Okay.
All we want to do is restore the nerve system to control of the body.
There you go.
We feel that any interference to the nerve system can cause the body to malfunction.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean to get sick. It also means to have less effectiveness.
Right.
You can't do what you want to do.
Right.
You can always do better when you have good nerve supply than when you don't.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Any last pieces of advice that you'd like to share with our viewers? You're a legend in chiropractic. You are the guy, the rock star. Is there any last piece of advice you'd like to give them?
First of all, don't give up on chiropractic.
Okay.
Don't rush to Spinology. Spinology was created when it seemed that the only straight chiropractic college in the world was going to close its doors and go out of business.
Okay.
I got a telephone call from Tom Gelati, who was the president of Sherman College,
Okay.
the only straight school, saying he was going to have to close the doors within a month.
Right.
He hadn't paid the staff or the faculty for, I don't know, three months,
Right.
and they were going to just drift.
I
So
see.
first of all, I had to come up with the money to save it, which I did.
Wow.
Sent the money down to Tom, and he got back on his feet, began to do more collection of more students. The number of students went up and up, and then he brought in, he submitted himself to the cravings of the CCE.
Right.
He did what they told him.
Okay.
He got out of the way. He appointed somebody else to do his job, assured that he would do it right.
Right.
And no sooner did they get in there, then they went off the train. The guy, first of all, wasn't trained in straight chiropractic.
I see.
He was a graduate of the mixing school. And then Tom made another mistake. He sent the man down to learn about his job, how to run a chiropractic college. Sent him down to Parker in Texas.
Not a good place.
You certainly don't learn about running a straight chiropractic college.
Right.
Mancini. So he went down there, and now he doesn't make any decisions
Right.
without calling Mancini first. And he appointed to the board. The board of trustees runs everything.
Right.
And with two exceptions, maybe three exceptions, the board are all mixers. So when they want to do something, they ask the president.
Right. So there you have it.
Yeah.
There's the history of where we are today.
Exactly.
Fantastic. I really appreciate your time and you sharing this detailed information. I love it, and really speaking your mind. So I really appreciate it.
I don't want the chiropractors to go run into Spinology.
Okay. Do not run and get into Spinology. Words from Reggie Gold.
Right.
Fantastic. I appreciate your time in doing this. You guys have just been rocked by Reggie Gold, and until next time, be great, be awesome, and keep rocking. Principal Chiropractic.